notice she's standing there smiling and snickering like it's a joke.
What's the case here? What's the case?
Well, what do you mean, what's the case? Who the hell are you?
Yeah, who the hell?
I just walked by. I don't know what's going on.
Coming up here like Judge Watkins, man.
I see someone saying America shall soon be destroyed.
Well, do you know the Bible? Do you know the Bible?
I'm Catholic, yeah.
Okay, if you were Catholic and they were teaching the truth, they were teaching that America's going to be destroyed.
Why?
Well, wait, what you got in this country? You got a bunch of damn faggots, lesbians. You done stole this country from the North American Indians. You teaching, give me the picture of the devil. You teaching that this guy is Jesus Christ. He's not Jesus Christ.
The devil himself. What is he?
This guy right here is Caesar Borgia. Give me the other side, man.
Is this strictly religious or political?
No, it's just truth. It's truth.
Religious though, right? On a religious basis, not a political basis.
No, it's truth. It's truth.
Religious, right?
Well, you can say religion, but this is about truth. It's a fact that this guy's not Jesus Christ. But in the Roman Catholic Church, you got this guy set up as being Jesus Christ all around the world. Now this is the actual guy right here. This is how he actually dressed in the 1400s. His name is Caesar Borgia. Now back in the 50s, before you were born, before any of us was really born, almost any of us was even born, they have made movies about this guy in American cinema called Caesar Borgia. Over there in Italy, in Europe, they made a movie, they called it Caesar Borgia. They ain't gonna bring it over here because it'll go over everybody's head. They know they ain't gonna make no damn money. And they all say that Caesar Borgia is wicked. They know about him out there in Europe, all right? That's Caesar Borgia. This was a guy in the 1400s that said he gonna pose for the picture of Christ and deceive the whole world. And that's what he did.
When is America gonna get destroyed?
Very soon. Very soon.
No date.
There's no
exact.
date.
Just
if you go to Matthew, the 24th chapter, it says no one knoweth.
How so? How's it gonna happen?
Well, you know what's gonna happen?
Like exactly. How's it gonna happen?
In the U.S., well, I can't tell you in a nutshell.
Why not?
Because you got to go through the scriptures.
Okay.
What's going to happen? I'll try to put it in a nutshell. What's going to happen is Bush or the next president, if that happens, right. All right. If they don't cancel the election, which I think they are, right. Bush is going to have the military go down to Iran. The Russians have a lot of money invested in Iran and technology and so forth.
So you're saying it's going to be nuclear?
Of course.
We'll get to the point. There you go. So you think it's going to be nuclear?
No, I don't think. I know.
What year?
I know.
What year?
I told you next. It could happen. It could happen in a month from now. It could happen. It could happen 6 months.
I just asked because, I mean, granted, you have a very good point. You think that this is going to happen?
No, I know it's going to happen.
Well, I need a date.
Well, you ain't going to get no date.
That doesn't work. That doesn't work.
Well, you know what? But you know what?
You can't tell me the United States. You can't say the United States is going to get destroyed and you don't know when.
It's going to happen very soon when the Most High deems it to happen. Didn't I just tell you? Wow. You got faggots in here, out in this country. You got lesbians in this country. All right. You stole this country from the North American Indians.
Okay. Yeah. So we got faggots and we got all the people you name out. I understand.
Right.
But technically,
they're not the only. Hang on. They're not the only people like that in this country. They're everywhere in this world.
You're right.
Now maybe they live. Maybe they live.
That's not the main reason why America's going down. The main reason why
prejudice. Wait up. Maybe they live under prejudice in other countries. Maybe they live under the most freedom in this country because the government tolerates it. However, how does that justify that you're going to tell me the United States is going to get destroyed?
Is this not a God-fearing country according to what the politicians say? Hold up, wait a minute. When somebody becomes president of the United States, do not they swear in? Oh, it says in the dollar bill, in God we trust. Listen. When the president swears in as president, he swears in on the Bible.
He does.
Right.
Okay? So when you say you swear on the Bible, that means you believe in the Bible. And when the World Trade Centers went down, which was an inside job by the government, the CIA and the FBI and Bush, all right, the New World Order people.
Why would they do that?
Why would the country do that?
What happened? What happened after that? Bush came out with the Patriot Act to call everybody a terrorist. He can call you a terrorist.
Okay.
He can call you a terrorist.
Okay. You say he says that everyone is a terrorist. Is that what you just said? Everyone's a terrorist. That's what Bush said.
If you read the Patriot Act.
Time out.
If you read the Patriot Act.
I'm a United States Marine. I work a civilian job.
Okay, good.
Expediters. Import-export business.
I
am a civilian.
But you know what?
And my email address is looked at every single day by the FBI. I don't give a shit because I'm not a terrorist. I will tell you this. 3 3 terrorist attacks were planned in Canada, and I know this because I'm a U.S. Marine. You don't, and the government found out about it because they wanted to do stuff here in New York City. And did they get to? No, they didn't.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Because of the Patriot Act. Maybe Bush is a bad man because everybody is a terrorist.
He doesn't know.
I don't know.
You don't know nothing.
I don't know.
You don't know nothing.
How do the buildings come down?
How do the buildings come down? 2 planes went and hit them.
Okay,
That's how it went down.
Stop. Okay, go, no, stop. You said because 2 planes hit the building, all right, and knocked down at one time, the 2 tallest buildings on the planet Earth. Listen. That's what you said. Now, what other building went down besides the 2
Building
buildings?
7.
How did that go down?
Base charges.
Say that again?
Base charges.
Could you explain that to him?
Mr. Marine.
They're telling you that it was an inside job. No plane, nothing hit Building 7. And they said it was a small fire in Building 7, and they let it burn. And then Silverman, which owns Building 1, Building 2, and Building 7, and the rest of the buildings, he said, we might as well go ahead and pull the building. Because there was a little fire.
Right.
They're going to pull the whole building?
Right.
Why would they have already set base charges in?
Thank you.
It takes time to do it.
Thank you. That was an inside job, man. That was an inside job.
So what's your goal?
My goal is to do the will of the Heavenly Father.
What's that?
To come out here and do what we're doing right now. To tell you that Americans can maybe be destroyed.
Why?
She keeps coming back. Why?
I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
Why is he going
it's a wicked place. Because it's a wicked place, and the Most High said.
Okay,
what's better than America?
with all due respect.
What do you mean? What's better than America?
No.
Germany is better than America.
Are you serious?
Well, then what are you doing here? What are you
How much
doing
can you get? Wait. Listen. See, she been taught that BS about how great America is. First of all, listen. You have a thing called the euro. When the euro came on the scene, what was it? It was 85% to the dollar.
Right, it was less.
Now, it's you need $1.65 to $1.70 to buy 1 euro. The American dollar, U.S. dollar, was greater. Why did that happen? Because this country's going down. All right, this country's going
Do you know how
down.
that happened?
Yeah, I know how that happened.
Okay,
Yeah, I know how that happened.
you're saying the country went down.
The speculators, actually the Illuminati,
Also,
the
why
Rothschilds.
is the pound more than the euro?
Why is the
Because
pound?
the pound was on. Listen,
And it's all by itself. It's not the euro.
Of course,
On itself.
because London,
why.
London is what's called a city-state. All right, and the city-state they're not to be touched. In other words, they have their own currency, their own law, their own way. No, you don't. You're just a common, everyday so-called American, right? I'll tell you in a minute. Now, if you go to Washington D.C., that's also known as a city-state.
And I've been.
The cities, do you know is Washington D.C. a state? No, it's not. What proves that? Every state has a governor. Who's the governor of D.C.? There's no governor of D.C. There's a mayor of D.C. That's a city-state. Why do you think there's a obelisk, the Washington Monument? You know what the Washington Monument really is? It's an obelisk. Now you know what an obelisk is? It goes back to the Egyptians. Because this is an Egyptian society. In other words, they got their laws and religion from the ancient Egyptians. Okay?
So that's what they're saying.
Take that message to Dublin, my friend. You'll see a reaction there. You see that right here? That's Vatican City. By the way, Vatican City is another city-state. All right?
Yeah, but so is most of the capital.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
I was born in Bogota,
it's not.
Colombia.
No,
we
it's
don't
not.
have a governor, we have a mayor. We don't have a governor, and you can equate it to Washington.
Okay, but it's not a city-state.
Yes, it is.
All the powers don't come from Colombia, man.
No.
Powers come from.
But
Listen now.
Bogota, Colombia is a city-state as well. What are you trying to equate it to?
I'm saying there's many city-states. I said Vatican City is a city-state.
So?
It's considered, as small as it is, it's considered its own country.
Because it's really
DC, listen. DC is its own country.
Yeah,
that's why it's called the District of Columbia.
Right.
You know a little something. London, you got what's called London, which is a city-state. Now the finances come out of London. The ones that make the gas go up to $4 in the U.S. and $9 in Europe, that decision comes out of the city-state of London.
No, it doesn't.
Now, when there's a war, they go down to Washington, D.C. That's why you have a Pentagon, all right? Because you got these guys making decisions on what they're going to do as far as invading this country or invading that country. Okay? That's why you have the Supreme Court in D.C. All right? That's why you have the, what else you have down there? You got the Supreme Court, you got the IRS, all right? Which governs everybody in the United States as far as taxes. All right?
The president's there.
And the president's there, okay?
But you make it say like the IRS is a bad thing.
Well, the IRS
I mean, let's be real. No one's happy about paying taxes. Let's be real.
The IRS is not a bad thing. The IRS is a bad thing if you make it bad. In other words, the IRS has a function to pay off the city-state of London. All right? Don't you know the IRS is connected to the IMF, the International Monetary Fund? That's why they control all this money. That's why people got to get 2 jobs now, because they set that thing up in the city-state of London, D.C., and the Vatican City.
But doesn't that
That's
tell
why
you,
the official.
Doesn't that tell you why NATO has its headquarters here in New York City as opposed to any other country?
Well, they're linked up to the UN. They're linked up to the UN.
Right, because we own
that the UN.
We own this shit.
Let me say this. Hold on now.
United States.
Hold on now. You said the NATO, right? You said NATO. Do you know NATO is mentioned in the Book of Revelation as a great red beast? The beast, the great red dragon in Revelation. That's NATO. That's NATO and the EU.
And why would you do that?
That's what I was going
What's their
Because they're
understanding?
fulfilling. Back 2,000 years ago, you had NATO and the EU and America, but they were called the Roman Empire. This is the Roman Empire all over again, man. The presidents that you had that's sitting in office, those were the Caesars back there 2,000 years ago. Everything, history repeats itself.
Yes, it does. It does repeat itself. But are you a Christian? Are you?
Of course I'm a Christian.
Of course you're a Christian.
Well, let's find out what a Christian is.
What did the Romans do? They brought, what did they do? They brought Christianity over to half of the world.
Okay, you're right. You're right. But what color were the Christians? What color were the Romans at that time? You're talking about during the time of Constantine,
You're talking about color. Does that really matter?
Are you talking about during the time of 325 AD, during the time of Constantine? Are you talking about that era?
Obviously not. We're in a new progressive era, aren't we?
Are you talking about that era? Because the pagan Romans didn't give Christianity to nobody.
Nope.
All right, it was the Holy Roman Empire that gave Christianity to the world. And they were black people. They were Israelites.
That's right.
Okay? You got anything else to say?
What do you want me to say?
You ain't got nothing to say. All right?
How do you know they were black? How do you know they were black?
Right here, give me the icon book.
Explain to me how you know.
I'm showing you.
That's Constantine.
They left icons of themselves. They left paintings of themselves. This is all out of Europe.
Did you ever think there was never
this right here. Hold on. It says icons and saints of the Eastern Orthodox Church.
And they have a nose like mine. Explain to me how that works.
Oh, but the Israelites had pointy noses.
Yeah.
All right? There's black people like that in North American Indians.
Where you from?
I don't know where you're from.
Right?
I'm probably German pagan. That's probably what I was.
Well, you know what? You should check your genealogy, because you could be an Israelite too. And this guy's definitely an Israelite.
How do you know
he's
that?
from Colombia.
Okay.
All right, he's from Colombia, right? If he's a real Colombian, then he's an Israelite, right?
Well, then wouldn't he have been Native American to begin with?
Excuse me?
Wouldn't he have been Native American to begin with?
Well,
I didn't have to open my mouth.
Well, no. Native American was a term that the so-called white man labeled them with when they came over
But they're
here.
right, because they were here before the white man showed up to North America, of course.
Of course.
Right,
But they didn't call it America. They called it the land of Canaan, right? You got a scripture?
May I ask you?
Hey, hold on. Let me read this before you ask that question. Going to the point where you said about how did you know that they were black.
Okay.
This is Acts chapter 11, verse 26. And when he had found him, he brought him unto Antioch. Right? Unto Antioch. You listening?
I'm listening.
And it came to pass that a whole year they assembled themselves with the church and taught much people, and the disciples are called Christians first in Antioch. Got that?
So that's where the term Christian came from. Actually, the word there. Yeah.
Aside from everything.
Yeah, go ahead.
This presidential election that's coming up, is it important to you?
Well, it's important.
Just you and I.
Hold on. Let me explain it. First of all, I don't know if.
Well, explain it. Yes or no?
I can't give you a yes or no.
So you can't tell me.
It is. Of course, it's important.
Okay, there we go. It's not hard. Just say yes. Now why?
Okay. Because we don't know if Barack's going to be the president McCain going to be the president, or Bush is going to stay in office.
He can't do that.
Time out.
What you mean he can't do that?
Bush can't. Wait. Time out.
He can't do that. They
Bush
can do
can't say.
anything they
Listen,
want.
this
They
is
change laws all the time. Go ahead.
This is the United States of America, right?
Okay, go ahead.
We're standing in New York fucking City.
Actually, there's no such thing as United States.
Okay. Are we in New York City? Is that okay?
It's the Homeland Security right now.
Okay, are we in New York City?
Because the United States of America,
According to the 22nd Amendment of the Constitution, which you are very familiar with, no president can serve more than 2 terms.
but they can cancel it. First of all, are you aware? No, before you go on, are you aware of the War Powers Act? Are you aware of the War Powers Act?
Of course I am from.
Okay, what's the War Powers Act?
1967 with the
No, it goes back to 33.
1933.
Okay, it goes back to 33.
And it was changed in 1967 with the Tet. It was changed in 1967 with the Tet Offensive, with LBJ taking office. Once he
and
said,
it can change again.
No,
You telling me it can't change again? You telling me it can't change again?
an amendment to the Constitution.
First of all, there's no Constitution.
There's no Constitution. Really?
In fact,
What I'm quoting to you is from the Constitution.
I don't care. It's a piece of garbage.
It's a piece of garbage.
And that's what Bush said. Bush said that.
But wait,
Bush said that. Bush said that the Constitution is a damn piece of paper.
No more than what you have.
He said that in one of the speeches.
Right.
If he did say that, I never heard him say it, but if he did say that, in what context you think he said that?
He said something.
You know why I said it?
Because they brought it. I'm gonna tell you why. Because they quoted the Constitution.
You're married.
They quoted the Constitution
As a piece of paper. You hear me? As a piece of paper.
No,
If you're married, is that a contract or is that a piece of paper?
When you're married, you have sex with a woman you're married
Is
to.
that a contract or a piece of paper?
We don't acknowledge that.
Sir.
If you want to say that as a piece of paper, you can break a contract. You can breach a contract, all right?
As a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Do you think this does anything physically? If I put it down on the deck, you think it's going to do anything physically? No, it's not. It's about how you live it and what you do.
Of course.
As the
And
man
you know
over
what?
here said,
And
the Constitution of the United States of America is a damn piece of
There's
paper.
no Constitution.
However, you are living it the way you want to. What are you doing on West 34th Street and Fashion Avenue right here on the corner? First Amendment.
There's no Constitution.
Sir.
There is no Constitution.
All right. So you outshouted
Where
it.
do you
There's
reside?
no Constitution. There is a Constitution.
Where do I come from?
be no
I come from heaven. I come from heaven.
Have you ever
What are you
been
talking
there?
about?
I've been where? Heaven?
Read the
Yeah, I've been to heaven.
Where have you been?
I've been to heaven.
Where have you been?
To heaven. Heaven is not a...
I've been to South Africa. I've been there.
Okay, good.
I've seen what's going on.
Okay, good.
I've been to Zimbabwe. I've been to Uganda. I'm asking you, are you a Christian?
And you're going to tell me that
I already told you that we're Christians.
Do you
And the
think?
only Christians,
Time out.
the only Christians are Israelites. The only Christians are Israelites. Can you be a white person and be a Christian? Hell no. Hell no.
Why not?
Can you be a Chinese person and be a Christian?
You can if you want to.
Can you be a Japanese and be a Christian? Hell no. First of all, you don't even understand the concept of country. That's that bullshit.
You know what?
Christianity that I teach you,
If
right?
you've never been, if you have never come to America, do you think you'd be a Christian?
Excuse me?
Would you have been taught Christianity if you've not been here?
I wasn't taught Christianity. I was taught the truth. I was taught the truth. Right?
Okay, you're taught the truth. But that truth came with a specification. Am I wrong?
You're right. Well, you're in the Marines, so you know all about that.
So, man, there we go.
You're governed under the what is it, Title 10 of the United States Code, which is called the Universal Code of Military Justice.
No, uniform code.
I'm sorry, uniform. I'm not in the military. All right, I'm not in the
General
military.
statement.
Now you know. Now was you in Iraq? Was you in Iraq? Now you know what's happening in Iraq.
What?
Do you know that there's U.S. soldiers that are raping female U.S. soldiers every day? Do you know that's going on? Do you know that's going on? Do you know that's going on? No, I'm asking you. Do you know that's going on over there?
Of course it has happened.
Okay, now, according to the Uniform Code of Military Justice, if you're found guilty of raping somebody in the military, what's the penalty? What's the penalty?
Raping of someone in the military or
Raping someone, period.
in the military? What is it? What is it?
Death.
Right,
That's the
right.
reason why they're not bringing them up. Okay? So all that shit that's going over there is all bullshit. And why is the United States over there in Iraq in the first place?
Can I answer?
Yeah.
Okay, the first thing you said, it was bullshit, right? You know why? Because you saw 9/11, right? You were alive during that day.
9/11.
Everyone saw 9/11, right?
Yeah.
Everyone saw what happened at the Pentagon, where people think it's a missile if it was an
It
aircraft,
was a
right?
missile. It was a
right,
missile.
Right,
It was
I'm
a
finishing
missile.
the argument.
Okay, go ahead.
Right, and then
Go
Camp
ahead.
David, right?
Go ahead.
Do you think Radical Islam began 2 months prior to 9/11.
Radical Islam has nothing to do with that. That ain't nothing but a goddamn boogeyman. Because who set up Al Qaeda? Who paid off? Who gave billions of dollars? The brother called it out. The CIA, man.
Central Intelligence Agency.
They used to be the OSS.
They used to be the OSS. The OSS, Operational Strategic Services. And that was during World War II. Right.
Office of Strategic Services.
And that's what they were before. Right.
So all this shit is bullshit, man. And by the way, let me say this. When you go, listen. When you go to fight in Iraq, they used to wear helmets in World War II. Now they're wearing these black Tims with this blue kind of badge-looking thing with, I believe, 10 or 12 stars on it. Do you know what that's all about? Because if you went over there, you're gonna have to wear that beret, that black beret.
That only applies to the United States Army.
Okay, so what is it talking about? What does that symbol represent?
I'm not in the United States Army. I'm a United States Marine.
You should know. You should
I'm a U.S. Marine.
You should ask questions, man. You should ask questions.
I'm a critical thinker, but
no. So you know, in other words, if you in Iraq and you see somebody getting shot at that's in the U.S. Marine,
I don't give a shit
military,
what they wear.
I'm not worried about him. He's not a Marine.
Sir.
All right.
Sir.
Yeah. What's your question?
No, time out. God damn it.
Yeah.
Wait. If I see a guy,
why am I still here to condemn this place? To condemn this place. Leave for what? We're here to condemn this place.
Well, obviously,
Give me the missile sign together.
why still
We're here. The Most High brought us over here to condemn this place. We got to tell you that you're going to go down.
Where'd you get this picture from?
Brother, put that together.
Some movie?
No.
No, it's an actual test.
Why you keep asking these stupid ass questions? The bottom line is America's going to go down.
Yeah.
If you don't wake up and if you're not an Israelite, you're going to go down with it. And if you don't wake up out of that bullshit that he's in, you're going to go down with it.
How do you know? How do you know you are an Israelite? What proof do you have? Don't have any. If you have proof, you'll be listened to.
I know one thing. I know you're a devil. I got proof that you're the devil.
How am I the devil? Please tell me.
Because you're coming against the men of the Most High. You're coming against the Bible. All right? What color is Jesus Christ? What color is Jesus Christ?
Why does it matter?
That's what the devil would say.
You know what?
That's what the damn devil would say. That's what the devil would say.
The racism will go down in this country. The day all the real fucking shit.
Right. That's why you're going to go down.
Really?
It's going to be a great day when the Most High fucks America up, right? Fuck America, man. Fuck the Marines, all right? Fuck the Marines, all right? Fuck the Marines and America, all right?
okay. You want to say fuck the Marines?
Fuck the Marines.
Okay.
Fuck the Marines.
You want to say fuck the U.S.
Fuck
Army?
the U.S. Army.
You want to
fuck
say
America.
fuck the United States Coast Guard?
Fuck you.
Fuck America. Fuck me.
Yeah.
Guess what? Knock yourself out. Knock yourself
Fuck the
out.
Marines and fuck the Army also.
Guess what?
And my grandfather was a World War II veteran. Fuck him too.
That's right. That's
But
right.
guess what?
Guess what? That's what's going to happen to America. Leave. And that's what's leave to go where?
What if that's going to happen?
No. We're going to see you go down.
If that's going to happen soon,
we're going to see you go down, all right? We're going to see you go down, all right?
If that happens,
we are going to go when the Most High beams us up out of here, man.
Right. You already got a reservation.
Of course I got a reservation, man. Here's my ticket right here.
I was at 9/11, man. I was an EMT at 9/11. Guess what? I saw the whole fucking thing, man. The whole thing. I was there for the whole thing. Guess what? 2 buildings weren't hit by those fucking missiles. They came down. You wanna know why? Because we heard the fucking explosion.
Bombs in that motherfucker.
He was there.
EMT.
Wake up! Wake up, man! Wake up!
No, forget it. He can't wake up. He's too brainwashed, man.
264. 729.
Look at that. Hey, man, you know what, man? Enjoy yourself for the last few seconds in America, because America's going down, all right? Go ahead, read.
Revelation 18 and 21. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great
Hey, can I ask you a question?
Yeah,
and cast it into the sea.
I'm going to ask him.
Hold on.
Revelation 18 and 21. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all.
That's America. America, what's your question?
Hypothetical question.
Go ahead.
if this is going to happen to America soon, in what time period do you approximate?
Oh, it can happen in the next 6 months.
Okay.
Like I said, the time, what's got to happen first is the U.S. military, the 4 branches of the U.S. military, or whatever you want to call it, when they go down into Iran, all right, that's when the clock start ticking before this place go down. Okay,
granted. So, if it's supposed to happen in the next 6 months, like you say, and it does not happen, wait, I didn't say
words in my mouth. I said it can happen in 6 months from now, it can happen a year from now, all right, but it's very soon, right?
Hey, let me read. I read this.
You're trying to find a way. I'm
not trying to find a way out. I'm asking a hypothetical question. A hypothetical question. You can look it up.
Okay, go ahead.
You see, he's telling me to go ahead.
Go ahead. Ask the question again.
I asked if it's supposed to happen in the next 6 months or whatever time period you say, and it does not happen. I'm saying if.
Okay.
I'm giving the benefit of the doubt. Okay. And you're arguing because you're here doing your thing. I'm not. I'm about to crash the subway. Okay. And if it does not happen, then what?
It's going to happen.
Okay.
Like I said,
if the next 20 years. Okay. What if it doesn't happen in the next 20 years?
We're going to still be out here condemning this place.
Are you doing it?
Wait a minute. Listen, no, there's many of us, man. There's a group of us down there. There's a group of us in Texas. There's a group of us in New Jersey. There's a group of us in Denver. We're all over the place.
Which group is the most successful? I just want to know.
Excuse me?
Which group is the most successful out of all of you?
We're all
what part of the country? And what part of the country?
No, we're all the same. We're all the same. We're all one body. We're all one body. If you want to watch one of our videos, you're going to watch another brother's video, all right? And like I said, if this place goes another 20 years, when you go back to Noah preached for 120 years. And that's what people were asking him. In the first 20 years, well, if it don't happen in the next year, what you going to do? What did Noah do? He said he's going to still teach this word. And after 120 years, more than 120 years, that's when the flood came and destroyed everybody. And the only people that were saved was him, his wife, his sons, and their wives. Matter of fact, that's Luke 17.
I got scripture for you. That's a good one.
Go ahead.
Romans 3:3.
If it goes 3 years, we're going to still be out here, man. If it goes 5 years, we're going to still be. We're going to be just like Noah, man. All right?
What do you do?
Romans 3:3. Check this out.
We do the work of that's why I'm living. We're doing the work of the Lord. If I didn't do this, the Most High kill me.
That's right.
When you say, what do you do for a living? What do you do to keep you alive?
Yes.
This keeps me alive.
That's right.
So you get a paycheck from me. I'm asking you a respectful question.
No, we work on regular jobs.
Okay, there we go.
We work on regular jobs. You got to pay bills.
Right.
All right. Go ahead.
Romans 3:3. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect?
Yeah, because you've been brainwashed by this man's society.
Who's this man?
The so-called white man. That's why they call it this man's army. The white man's army. When the black man says this man's...
Who's the former preacher of Barack Obama? What's his name?
Right.
Jeremiah Wright.
What about it?
What's black liberation theology?
Oh, I don't know. You gotta ask him.
That's some shit that is made up.
That's made up.
Who made that up?
I don't know.
Okay. Granted.
He was in the military too.
He was in the Marine Corps. As a matter of fact, we hate his ass. No, I was just curious.
Well, why would you hate him? Why would you hate him?
Because a Marine does not speak out about his country in what way?
No, there's plenty of Marines that spoke about.
I know.
What's this guy?
Don't tell me a Marine does not do that.
Okay.
It's okay.
But you know what?
Supposed to.
Okay, they're not supposed to. But you know what?
Not when they're living in the conditions that a man like Jeremiah Wright is living in.
What is that supposed to mean? I don't care how rich he is. He's still a black man.
Do you know what Jeremiah Wright went through in his life?
Huh?
Do you know what he went through in his life?
No, not
So then you really shouldn't be trying to speak on it.
What did he do in his life?
What did he go through in his life? I mean, as far as like growing up during the '60s, when you go outside and you get hosed down, you get dogs chased out. That kind of affects how you view the society. It might have a little bit of an impact on how you might.
I'm sure it has a little bit of an impact. However, a lot of people have grown out of that, and some people claim the position that he has.
But you just came out the news. You have your perspective. You know what I'm saying? That shaped your perspective.
You get pissed off at me walking around the street. I'm technically a white guy, even though I'm black.
No. He's an Israelite. No, he's an Israelite. But he acts like a white boy. He acts like a white boy.
I act like a
You
white
act like a white boy. You want to be a white boy. You buddy
I
with
don't
the
give a
white
shit.
man.
I live the life that
Okay?
I'm supposed
But
to
you
in
know
this
what?
country.
But he's an Israelite. He's gonna be saved anyway. He's gonna be saved anyway. I don't know what you are. I don't know if you're an Israelite or Edomite or what. But you know what this guy is? The fulfillment of prophecy. Go to Daniel the 12th chapter. I'm gonna tell you what this guy's gonna do in the kingdom.
Apparently I try to be
He's gonna be ashamed. He's gonna be ashamed of that.
I just wear nice shoes and I serve in the Marines. I don't know how that
Daniel
works.
chapter 12, verse 2. Listen up. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall
And that's
awake.
you. You're sleeping in the dust of the earth.
How do you
Meaning
know
you're
he does that?
confused. You're confused. You don't know what's going on.
My mattress is actually called Sealy.
Go ahead.
Some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting
And
contempt.
you're going to wake up to shame and everlasting contempt, all right? You're going to face him at that contempt. What? Excuse me? Excuse me? Excuse me? You're going to wake up in shame about this thing. You're going to say, I didn't know that, brother. I'm sorry I came against you guys, all right? And then you're going to have the white man as slave. You're going to put the white man in slavery, all right?
Who's in slavery?
So you like that? Huh?
Who is in slavery?
We all are in slavery, including you.
How
If you're a U.S. citizen and you have, if you're a U.S., I'm explaining. If you're a U.S. citizen and you have a social security number, then you're a slave. Okay? You're a slave.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna say something about
There
you.
are other countries.
In the Marines, you're a Marine, right? Do you have constitutional rights in the Marines?
No, I don't.
No. Thank you. So you're a, what does that make
I
you?
was told that. I was told
Okay,
that.
so now what does that make you?
Time out.
I had the
You're a
right.
slave.
No.
You're a slave.
Slavery
You
time
have
out. The right to do that. He has a choice.
I had the
right
choice.
to be a slave.
I had
to be a slave.
And he
So
chose
why am
that
I a
for
slave?
you.
Because you became a slave.
Slaves
Don't you
are
know
not
you can
supposed to let
don't you
free.
listen.
Slaves are not
Don't you know
supposed to
in
be
the
let free.
scripture-
I
in
can
the
be let
scriptures-
free whenever I'm done with my
And
contract.
when you read, listen,
Since
when
when
you know where you
slaves
got that
were
from,
given
listen.
Slavery's
When you
bad
go
by the color
into the scriptures and you read about slavery, if a Hebrew becomes a slave to another Hebrew, after 7 years he's set free, but he's still a slave. All right.
Sir,
That's why you have.
Excuse me.
That's why you have.
Excuse me.
A severance pay in a job because you're a slave. You're an employee under an employer, and you work for a certain amount of time. Then they give you a certain amount of pay because that goes back to the scriptures. All right. That's why in the military they give you a certain bonus. All right, because you serve slavery. All right. Then it says in the Constitution, what is it? The 13th Amendment: neither slavery nor involuntary servitude shall exist in the United States.
You just said it.
Listen.
You said involuntary. You said
Involuntary. So then what does that mean? You can volunteer to be a slave. That's why people pay taxes to the IRS even though they don't make income because they volunteer to be a slave and pay taxes. Why? Because they don't know. But it was handed out to them, they would say no.
Because me being in the United States Marine Corps, there are apparently other civilizations in this world, other organized countries in this world that let their soldiers or Marines or sailors or airmen or Coast Guardsmen to enter their service and walk out as they please, like a militia. Am I right? Because they're not slaves.
That's slavery. That's slavery.
That's slavery.
That's slavery. Anytime you have a country, you set up a military. If nobody wants it, let's say nobody wanted to join the military voluntarily to go over there to Iraq or to Iran or to Afghanistan, they would set up what's called a draft. What is draft? You don't want to join the military? We're gonna force you in the military.
Yeah, when was the last draft?
Well, it's going. They're getting ready to have another one because ain't nobody. You don't see nobody. Hey, let me say something. There's a recruiting station up the block. I've never seen a long line around the corner for people waiting to go join the military. All right? Okay.
They're so patriotic.
But they're so patriotic. I'll see a movie. Fuck America. Like I said before, I'm not patriotic. Hell with some goddamn America. All right?
Okay. So you don't see a line around the recruiting office. However, me being a U.S. Marine, and I'm not speaking BS.
Okay.
I'm being honest. We have a surplus of recruits, the highest surplus we've ever had since the end of the Vietnam War. Right now,
you got a lot of dumb people, man, that believe that American bullshit, man.
A lot of dumb people.
There are a lot of dumb people in this society, man. And now, since you mentioned the Constitution, all right? What's lawful money? Money according to the Constitution.
Lawful money?
What is lawful money according to the Constitution?
What's lawful money?
What's lawful money?
I don't know. You tell me.
It's not this. This ain't nothing but a credit-based credit-based system, which is owned by foreigners. It's called the Federal Reserve. It's a privately owned currency.
And it's the only currency in this world that's done so like that.
But they put U.S.
But they put
U.S.
Yes, it is.
Of course.
It's backed by faith.
But what is the concept? Hold up. Now, what is a dollar? Wait a minute. What is a dollar? What is the definition of the word dollar? What is a dollar? A dollar is a measuring tool. You have a quart of milk, a gallon of milk. You have $1 of gold. You have $20 of gold. So if you're gonna call this a dollar, listen. If you're gonna call this a dollar, then this has to measure something of worth, which would be gold or silver. So now the Constitution, listen. Now I said Federal Reserve note, all right, which is a credit-based system.
Does it not say that on it?
Of course. Well, this is not a United States dollar. When you go back to the Constitution, since he's always bigging up the Constitution, anytime it mentions money, it speaks about listen, it speaks about gold and silver. The federal government deals with gold, the states deal with silver. And you have a right to deal in silver. That's a barter system. The reason why is gold $1,000 an ounce? Because this money ain't worth shit. That's why he says it's for faith. There's no faith in this money. That's why you got to pay 1,000 of these to get 1 ounce of gold. Back in the 30s and the 20s, $20 got you that same ounce of gold. Because back then they had faith, because they know they can go to the bank and set on the bill to the bearer on demand. You can go to the bank and say, give me $20 worth of gold or silver. Because there's no gold, just like he said.
There's no gold.
There's no gold back in this. There's no gold back in this. You probably believe that there's gold in Fort Knox, right? You believe that, right?
Keep going.
You probably know what I'm saying. You probably believe that there's gold down there in Fort Knox,
so would the majority of the population.
Yeah, because y'all been fooled. You've been lied to, man. Give me James.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
You've been there. You were a guard working at Fort Knox.
I know.
You had the key. You opened the door and didn't see shit.
But you know what?
What?
If I tell you that, you're not going to believe it. But if the government tells you something, you believe it. You believe anything the government says, man. All right? If I put on a uniform and I was a higher rank than him, I can tell him to go kill himself, man. And he'll do it, man. Because he's a dumbass, man. He's a G-ass. He's a jarhead, man. He don't know what the hell's going on. They tell you that there's gold down there in Fort Knox.
I think that regulation and that order is very simple by you telling me if you did wear a uniform with a higher rank on your shoulder.
Yeah, because that's what you believe. Because that's what you believe.
No, it's not what I believe.
In other words,
it's not what I believe. It's not what I believe.
Okay,
the regulation of a man telling me to perform an order for which I do not question. It's not something
because
that I believe.
That's a dummy, man. That's a dummy. That's like a dog.
It's not a dog.
When you get a dog, you tell the dog, you know what, if I had my dog, I had a pit bull, if I said, sick the pit bull, sick the pit, listen. If I said, I'm using that.
That's not a dummy. That's not a dummy.
Sick him, the dog is sick him. Whether he was good or bad, because the dog is going to listen to me, because the dog is under me. I'm the dog's master. So when you join this military, whatever military that you in, all right, you're listening to whatever your higher officers tell you to do, according to that regulation, according to that contract that you made that sold your rights to the Constitution away. All right, if you're a DI, if you're a sergeant or whatever rank you are, whatever rank is higher than you, they can tell you to shut the hell up, and you got to shut the hell up. Why? Because he's a slave.
All right, you kill little kids.
You know what? This guy makes sense. You don't make no damn sense.
Really?
That's why he's with you, all right? That's why he's with you.
And that's why you have to
do
look up
anything
to
you want. Go ahead.
Leviticus 19:35.
He can make you do the freak. He can make you do anything. All right. We know about you white girls. All right. Go ahead.
You shall do no unrighteousness in judgment, in meat yard, in weight, or in measure.
And that's what they're doing. That's why gold is $1,000 right now. And back in the 20s, it was $20. Because this dollar don't mean nothing. All right. Yep. But like I'm gonna say this guy right here is an Israelite, but he's just brainwashed. All right, there's going to be a time where he's going to see something that's going to wake his ass up, man. Why are you thinking the military?
That's when I'm going to be at a two-way firing range. Then when I'll probably
you know in reality.
And I'll be dumping rounds in the opposite direction. I'll tell you that motherfucker's going to get
like a fool. Like a damn fool.
Right, because there's a cool way to do it. There's a cool way to do it.
But you know what? I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back. You a goddamn fool, man. Because you don't know what the hell is going on. You still think that America was taken down by Saddam Hussein. Now, if you go to the FBI website, they got charges. Listen, they got charges against Saddam Hussein. They got all kind of charges except for him taking down the buildings. Now, this guy said that, what's the guy, the wrestler, he was governor? Jesse Ventura said that he called the FBI and said, wait a minute, if he got all these charges, why isn't he charged with taking down the World Trade Center? And the answer that they gave back to him was, we don't have no evidence. So if you don't have no evidence, you don't have no case. You can't just go around and say he did it, he did it. That's what that dumbass Bush did, all right? Bush said, this guy did it, and they made all kind of signs that Saddam Hussein and Osama bin Laden, they brought the buildings down, and that's what made these guys go down into Iraq and all that. And Iraq has nothing to do with Saddam Hussein. He's from Saudi Arabia, and they said that it was 19 men from the Saudi Arabian citizens that took that building down, which is a damn lie. But why are you going down to Iraq?
Jamaican. I mean, where are they from?
You're still thinking that Arabs took it down. It wasn't the Arabs that took it down.
Who did it?
It was your government. Your people. The government did it.
Where was he born?
Where was who born?
I don't know. You're telling me from where they're from.
It was an inside job. It was George.
But where were they born?
Where were they born?
Look, it's very simple for you to make a case that he didn't do it. He didn't do it.
Yeah, but that's what you're saying. That's why
he
you're
didn't do this. He didn't do this.
That's why you're down in Iraq.
You're telling me America's gonna tumble. That's great. You know what? That could scare people. However,
it's not gonna scare you.
What is the date? What is the date?
I already told you.
You don't know. You just say it's gonna happen soon.
Didn't I say that? Didn't I say that? When you see these, hey man, the hell with you, man. The hell with you. Shut up, man. You know what I found out about? Come over here, cracker. Fuck you too, man. All right? Fuck you too, man. Hey, come on, man. Hey, you going down, man? The hell with you, man. That's another stupid. You know what I found out? You damn white people a bunch of stupid ass. You damn white people a bunch of damn stupid ass.
Matthew 24:35. Yeah, that's right. Heaven and earth. Hey, listen. Hey, you asked the question.
Ignore that guy. Hopefully they'll go down the street.
Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. But of the day and hour knoweth no man. No, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only.
Yeah, we could have not said that. Now the brother got to read it. You know, his thing is about, I got to have concrete proof. Why he has concrete proof to his superiors as to why they down there in Iraq. So we're down there to bring our democracy to the people of Iraq. Yeah, but the president said, get the hell out of here, America, and they still ain't leaving. Okay? Go ahead.
Revelation 18 and 21. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down.
Now what's going to cause America to be brought down by great violence?
I went to put a
nuclear missile.
You know I got kicked by my fucking mom?
Matter of fact, give me Revelation 16.
No, I'll read it again. Revelation 18 and 21. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone.
And that great millstone represents these missiles, the so-called nuclear missile, the ICBM. Okay?
Saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down.
How was this kingdom, this society, how was it built? It was built by violence, by the blood, sweat, and tears of the North American Indians, the Mexicans, and the so-called Negroes that were brought here in slavery. So how did the Lord say it's going to go down? Give me Habakkuk 2 and 12. How is this country going to go down? By violence. That's what a brother read in the book of Revelation, that Babylon is going to be brought down with great violence.
Babylon is America.
Babylon's America.
Babylon is America.
And when you
Yep, I'm sorry, because at the time this was written, 96 AD, ancient Babylon was already destroyed.
That's right.
So what Babylon is talking about? It's talking
Just be
about
quiet,
America.
man.
I'm not talking to you.
I'm just saying.
I'm not talking to
It was by
you.
different
Ancient
languages.
Babylon was already destroyed by the time this was written. So what Babylon is John talking about? He's talking about America. Now, do you know what the word Babylon means?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, man,
It
I'm
means
just asking.
confusion. You don't know. It means confusion.
America,
I want
that's
to
what
hear what
America
you're
is.
going to say. I want to hear
That's what
you're gonna
America is.
say.
And
I'm
there's
making a
another
contradiction.
reason.
I just want to hear
There's another reason why America is going to be destroyed. Take a good look at that. America is responsible for that. Now, God, see, this is what people don't realize. God is a God of judgment.
Justice.
Thank you. Justice
Yep.
and judgment.
Yep.
So is God going to bring judgment on America for this? Better well believe it. Yep.
Just like
All
he's going to bring
Matter of fact,
judgment on you for
Jeremiah
interpreting
49th
the
chapter.
Wait. Just like God's going to bring judgments on us for what?
It's your interpretation. It's
No,
your
there's only one. No, there's only one interpretation. You break it down the way it's written.
Exactly.
Like, for example, the reason why we know that Jesus Christ is not white and he's black because it's in the Bible.
So technically, you made me a slave.
You're going to be a slave anyway.
Right.
No. She answered the question.
No, you're going to be a
You
slave.
made me a slave first.
You're going to be a slave anyway. You're meant to be. You're meant to be.
If
You're
you
meant
were
to be
an Egyptian, if you were an Egyptian, I was the Jew. I was the white. You made me build
What?
pyramids. That's what you're saying.
What?
That is true. I'm not.
The people that was under. Listen. The Israelites were under the Egyptians. The Israelites are black people. You're looking at the descendants of the Israelites. These are the Israelites. We were under the Egyptians, which were another race of black people,
And
right?
that's why this
And they teaching that, and that's why they teaching that bullshit about the so-called Jew,
Sir.
talking about they were in
Sir.
slavery. They
Sir.
weren't the people back there, man.
Sir.
They were Edomites,
Sir,
all right?
then why did the Zulus, the Ndebele, every other African tribe in Africa not believe in God? They believe in many different.
I don't give a damn about them Hamites. I don't give a damn about no Hamites. You had to talk. Are you a Hamite? Are you an African?
There you go.
What part of what are you? What are you? What country are you from?
North Africa.
Okay, you're an African. I saw it. You can talk to him.
That's different.
Talk to him.
He'll explain the breakdown. She wants to know. She got a question for you.
About your
people. She got a question for you about your people.
Okay, time out. What do you think he's doing here then?
Doing here in America?
He's walking in a blue-collared shirt, a nice one as a matter of fact. He had slacks on and a belt. What do you think he's doing in this country?
I don't know. He's trying to make money, I guess.
Oh, I guess.
I guess he's trying to make
just,
money.
America just popped out, in his mind one day.
Have you ever heard of Mugabe?
What about Mugabe? What about
Do
him?
you know who he is?
What about him?
Former Rhodesia, Zimbabwe.
That's right.
What about him?
He's a scumbag.
What about him? What about him? What about him? What about him?
Scumbag. Okay, I'm just curious. Would all those people come here if they wanted to?
Scatterbrained.
Excuse me?
She's scatterbrained.
I'm scatterbrained. Okay, because you don't know who the hell he is. Okay.
I don't give a damn who the hell he is.
Time out. Would all those people in Zimbabwe right now come to America? They have the choice. Yes.
No. The Lord got him.
would.
First of all, they coming to America to be destroyed, man.
Just like all the Mexicans.
All these the Chinese,
to be destroyed.
they're all coming over here to be destroyed.
Or to have
All right, they're all coming over here to be destroyed.
better
Okay?
lives.
Go ahead. You don't have no better. How you gonna have a better life when your ass is gonna be
I don't know.
ashes?
But he don't know that. He don't know that.
Right?
He's getting on a plane after finding out that his name is on the list. He's getting on a plane after he finds out his name is on the list to get onto the United States. Your buddy who you were just talking to. You know what I'm talking about. Those people, they want to come to the United States for a better life. Yeah, because that's on the back of his mind.
You ain't getting no damn better life.
So why would he come here? Because he knows that some kind of human... Oh, so if it's bought bullshit, then apparently then what he lives in is really bad bullshit, and this is really good bullshit,
If you go to Dubai, everybody trying to go. If you got enough money,
this is really good bullshit.
Do you know
What he
that
lives
they build
in is really bad
they have a
bullshit.
building that actually moves, that actually changes from day to day.
But
That you can just sit in there and you can be on the first floor and wind up on the third floor, and the building changes, the building moves. That's how much money that they're putting into Dubai, over there in.
You know why?
Oh yeah, because they're getting it from the oil.
Then why don't we
All right, they're getting it from the oil. All right.
Okay, so what's the matter with the oil? You're saying something's bad
Oh
about
well,
it.
you're stealing the oil. The reason why you down there. The reason why
No,
the reason why the Marine.
I'm asking. No. Don't jump to conclusions. I'm asking you. You just brought up oil about Dubai. Okay, they're getting it from the oil.
Yeah, of course.
Well, no shit. They got a shitload of it, and they want to export it.
But you're making it seem like, but you're making it seem like America's so damn great. All right, these super rich people, when they take vacation, they don't go to Wyoming. They don't go to Yellowstone Park, all right? They go to Dubai, they go to Italy, they go to France.
$30,000 a night, and
that's all right, but they're billionaires. They're billionaires.
So what's the matter with that? People who are rich enough to do it.
But America's supposed to be such a great place.
No, you're opportunity.
You come to America, you know what they teach? They teach you when you come to America, you become rich, which is bullshit. All right?
But you think the world is perfect?
Isaiah 14:4.
You think the world is perfect? This is what the United States is about. This is what the United States is about. Everyone around here, standing around, everyone here who has a piece of clothing on their back understands. The United States gives you, doesn't hand you, gives you the opportunity to make you a better person than what you want.
No. You this guy talking this bull. Okay, well, that's in the country. If you go to Germany and work for it, if you go to Switzerland, you can get $200,000 in Switzerland, man.
I've been listening to you the past half hour.
Okay,
you've been saying more words than I have. Like I said, here in America, you're given the opportunity to better yourself if you put in the work. So if that's bullshit, that's fine.
There's a thing called a glass ceiling in the corporate world, all right? And certain black guys, no matter how talented they are, they only can go so far.
That's right.
That's what proves that is, you don't have, right now you talking about, listen, you talking about a black guy being the president, which is bullshit, man.
If that's the case,
if that was the case, then
I'm a United States Marine.
All the people that came over here in the 1900s, you would have a Chinese president. Just forget about that, man. He's an Israelite. He's a Colombian. He's a Marine, right?
I'm a Marine. I'm gonna tell you.
Okay, I'm a Marine. If black men can't pass a certain class system, you tell me then why there have been more than 5 black men who've been commandants of the United States Marine Corps. Oh, because we don't like black people anymore.
Fuck the Marines ain't about nothing, man.
Then why is
Barack Obama running as a presidential candidate?
Because he's told by the elite what to do. They set his ass up. 3 years ago, nobody knew that him.
Oh, so that's the excuse.
Yeah, they set him up.
That's the
They set him up.
So he's a stupid idiot too?
No. He's a smart guy.
He's a smart guy because he was told by elitists what to do. I don't understand what you're getting at.
Because he's listening to him. He's going by the program. Just like his wife is going by the program, man. There ain't no real elections, man. No common person can become the president. You either set up. They already know. They knew that Bush was going to be the president before he became president, man. They made sure of it. When Clinton became president, they said he's going to be the president. When Nixon became president, they said he's going to become the president.
What are they saying now?
All that shit is smoke. All that bullshit is smoke and mirrors.
You're so educated. What are they saying now?
About what?
Who's going to be the next president?
Well,
You're telling me if they were saying who so.
You should be thinking. Well, if the listen. If the Illuminati says there's going to be the elections are going to be canceled and Bush is going to remain president, what the hell is the average American going to do?
Nothing.
Write your fucking congressman?
Yes.
Congressman is on vacation right now. They ain't doing shit.
That's right.
And every person in the Congress, they're told what to do.
That's right.
They're told you're going to vote on this vote. You're going to act like you're against this guy.
It's all set up.
It's all set up. But he doesn't know that, man. Yeah, what's your question?
What college have you graduated from? What higher education have you achieved?
I graduated from the Most High College. Which is a school of hard knocks, right? And college, first of all, your biggest dumbasses
Brick City, New Jersey. Don't tell me about hard knocks. I know what a hard city is. Now, do I drag my balls everywhere I go? I don't give a shit. So don't tell me about the school of hard knocks. I'm asking you. What is the highest level of education that you receive? Not because. Not according to who.
That was some fucking college, man. You got your biggest idiots that come out of fucking college, man. Look at George Bush. How the fuck, as dumb as he is, can graduate from Yale University?
Right.
Because it was all an inside job. His father only did 2 years in Yale, and they said the last 2 years nobody ever seen him. All of a sudden, graduation, he popped up out of nowhere and got his goddamn certificate.
So what did you do? What did you do? I want to hear your life story.
You ain't gonna have my life story.
Why not?
For what? I'm not here to give you my life. I'm not here to give you my life story, right? I'm here to teach the word of the Most High.
I want to know why you playing. Why you do?
You know what, man?
What came across to you to wake up one morning?
The Most High, God.
When?
Many years ago. ago.
How old?
When I was a kid.
When you were a kid.
Right.
And what happened there?
Matter of fact, before the womb, all right?
Something bad happened to you, and you had to turn to it? I'm asking.
This guy, you know, why don't you walk down the street, man? Well, everybody tell this guy to go. I'm retired. All right?
I'm simply asking.
Go down the street.
First Corinthians 3:18.
You know, you're not going to get nothing with these two idiots, all right? Go ahead.
Let no man deceive himself.
Bottom line is America's going to go down, and you fucking Marines, you ain't going to save no fucking body's ass. All right?
Let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool that he may be wise.
That's why you ain't going to get nothing.
He's trying to be wise right now.
Come on, you're an airhead.
Go ahead.
For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with God.
Right, the wisdom that you got is foolishness with the Most High. Because if you was up on any knowledge, you would know that America's going down.
That's right.
And you would know that the white man is the devil. And you would know.
They're too young to know that, Shawn.
And you
They're
would
too young to know that, Shawn.
That's what you would know. All right?
You know that this is the devil.
See, black people are waking up, man. Matter of fact, give me I always get to Revelation 11. Go to the and you know what? Israelites are waking up all over the world, man, to the fact that you so-called white people are the devil.
That's right, brother.
All right?
That's right, brother.
Go ahead.
Revelation 11:8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually...
That great city is America,
That's right.
Go ahead.
Which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
That's why earlier I said, you asked me why is America going to go down. I said, one thing among many, I said that you got a bunch of faggots and lesbians in this society. And when you read the story, and they're going to be, you know what, they're going into slavery. They're going into slavery, right? But America's a great patsy that the Most High is going to use to destroy, to give an example of his power. He's going to destroy America, right?
That's right, brother.
That's why he destroyed Egypt.
I want to ask you guys a question here. I asked this before. I asked this question before, and all I heard was a bunch of.
What's your question?
Okay.
What's your question?
If you hate America so much, why are you still here?
Because
Well, you see, there we go again.
I'm going to talk to him like a Marine straight up the floor, man. I'm going to tear his ass
Forget
up.
about it. We already answered it, right?
Don't get offended for me asking the question. Don't get offended.
We already answered to condemn this place. To condemn this place.
All right? A real Marine. You ain't served now. I'm like, I did, kid.
Jeremiah.
So you going to talk your shit.
Jeremiah
You going to talk your shit.
28:8.
Don't think.
You talking to the wrong motherfucker. You talking to the wrong motherfucker.
You can be a
You talking to the wrong. You understand what I'm saying? I got out E5 and ain't nothing but racism in the Marine.
Okay, Sergeant.
Ain't nothing but racism in the Marine.
Sergeant.
Okay?
Sergeant.
Don't dress me as sergeant. I'm a civilian. Okay?
Alright,
You
okay.
ain't that. You're a young man. You don't know shit.
You think?
You don't know shit.
You think?
You don't know shit.
Can I answer?
Can you lock and load an M16 rifle and tell me how many fucking clicks it takes to fucking lock and load the fucking first part of it?
Hey, can I tell you something?
Keep quiet. I'm ordering you to keep quiet.
You know what?
I'm ordering you to keep quiet.
You think that I'm not giving the opportunity?
Addies!
You got out.
You think if
Addies!
if you think
Addies! If I was to come back in the service, you would both would be on court.
Ask him.
That's right. Addies!
Yo, look, ask him how many men.
Addies! I'm giving you direct choice. So either you Addies or you move out. You either Addies or move out.
you think
You either Addies or move out.
Forget about it. Ignore these.
no, listen. You think you're talking about Vietnam? You think that if I wasn't given the opportunity to go to Iraq, I wouldn't go?
Everybody in the crowd. Go. Why don't you volunteer to go?
Ask her how many men she slept with while he was in the
Hey, guess
we already
what,
said
Sergeant? Sergeant, excuse me, guess what?
Proverbs 28:8.
Dude, ignore everybody.
The prophets that have been
Don't you
before
tell me.
me and before
Sergeant,
me
regardless of all this,
regardless of all
this,
Move out!
I'm not in the U.S. Navy.
Move out!
I'm not in the United
I'm
States
talking
Navy.
with you.
You call me a corpsman.
You're a corpsman.
Yeah, you
as
call
far
me
as
a
I can
staff
see, you're a squiddle.
You call me
You're
a staff
corpsman and a
sergeant.
squiddle. So move out.
Listen,
Move out.
don't tell me I don't know any.
Move out.
Don't
you
tell
don't have power all of us here.
Look at this guy.
You don't have power all of us here.
I don't. I want to tell you something. Just because they hear me, it doesn't mean anything.
Doesn't mean nothing.
Hey, you know,
Don't tell me.
Hey, forget about that, dude. Forget
Don't
about
tell
it.
me.
Go ahead anyway.
No, I'll walk away after I get done saying
Jeremiah
this.
28:8.
I'll walk away after I say this, man. I'll walk away after I say
one more thing and then you can go. Like you gonna keep your seat.
You mentioned Vietnam. You mentioned about how many times you're gonna move the front arrow aperture of your M16A2 service rifle. Don't ever bring up Vietnam.
Bring it up. What you gonna do about it?
Listen.
What you gonna do about it, soldier?
Don't bring up
Vietnam. What the hell your ass gonna do about it?
As if I
what the hell your ass gonna do about it?
Hey, listen, my man, just take a walk.
Don't take a damn hike.
Just take a walk.
Hey, if you want to talk,
Run your mouth. Won't you go that rap?
Like I said, I want to give off my last sentence.
No. You ain't gave it off.
Gave it off. Shut up. What I want to say.
Shut up. It's obvious nobody wants to hear this guy no more. Nobody wants to hear this guy no more. Fuck them all. Hey, fuck them all. You heard what I said? I already said that, brother. Fuck them all. Goodbye.
Hey, guess what?
Goodbye.
You want people to come up and talk?
No, we don't want you to talk. No, we don't want you to talk.
So let me
I'm doing you.
That's all it is, man.
10 seconds. Look.
You already had more than 10 seconds. You had enough time.
10 more seconds.
Now it's time for you to go, man.
Sir.
It's time for you to go.
Reason.
I'm not talking to you.
I don't give
It's time for you to go. It's time for you to take your